In our lives, we often try to walk the honest path. We work hard, we stay true to our values, and we believe that our goodness will protect us. But what if I told you that a single moment of wrong thinking could shake the very foundation of everything you've built? One small, unchecked thought can quietly change the entire direction of your life. This is the story of Jake, a young man from a small town whose life was a constant struggle. Every single day, Jake would wake up before sunrise, searching for any work he could find. He'd earned just enough to survive, and by the time he returned home, he was completely exhausted. But despite all these hardships, Jake held on to one thing fiercely: his honesty. He refused to cheat or lie, even when life seemed to give him every reason to do so. His integrity was the only real wealth he had. One evening, Jake was walking home, tired and feeling defeated after another fruitless day. An old man, frail and hunched over, stopped him on the path. He asked for help carrying a heavy bag to the next village, promising a few gold coins as payment. The bag was incredibly heavy, far heavier than it looked, but Jake agreed. He reminded himself that honest work, no matter how difficult, was always the right thing to do. So, he hoisted the bag onto his shoulder and they began their journey. As they walked, the old man seemed to be testing Jake. He'd ask questions, watch him closely, almost as if he expected Jake to do something wrong. This constant suspicion started to wear on Jake. He felt insulted. Here he was, helping this old man out of kindness and for a small wage, yet he was being treated like a potential thief. Still, he pushed those feelings aside, determined to prove that his integrity was unshakable. Their journey continued, and the old man revealed he had more bags that needed carrying. The first was filled with what he called bronze, the next with silver, and the final, heaviest one, with gold. With each bag, the old man's scrutiny intensified. He would intentionally lag behind, leaving Jake alone with the bags for moments at a time, always watching from a distance. Jake's frustration grew, but so did his resolve. He would carry these bags, earn his pay, and show this man what true honesty looked like. He was proud of his character, and he wouldn't let this old man's mistrust tarnish it. Finally, they reached the base of a steep hill. The old man, breathing heavily, said he could go no further. He handed Jake the final bag, the one supposedly filled with gold, and asked him to take all three to the top of the hill and wait for him there. For the first time on their journey, Jake was completely alone, with all three bags in his possession and no one in sight. As he began the climb, a dangerous thought crept into his mind. It started as a whisper, a tiny flicker of an idea. He held the bags in his hands, the bronze, the silver, and the gold. For a man who had nothing, this was everything. The thought grew louder, more insistent. You could just run, it said. No one would ever know. Think of it, Jake. No more struggling. No more hunger. You could change your life, right here, right now. Greed, a feeling he had suppressed his entire life, began to flood his mind. It painted pictures of a comfortable home, of warm meals, of a future free from worry. The battle in his mind was fierce. All his life, he had chosen the right path. He had been honest, patient, and hardworking. But in that one moment, standing alone on that hill, the temptation was overwhelming. The promise of an easy life, a life he had only ever dreamed of, was too powerful to resist. The single thought that had started as a whisper was now a deafening roar. And in that moment, Jake made a choice. He turned and ran. He ran faster than he ever had before, his heart pounding in his chest, a mix of fear and exhilarating hope. He didn't look back. He just ran, clutching the bags that he believed held his new life. When he finally reached his small, run-down home, he bolted the door, his hands trembling as he fumbled to open the bags. He tore open the first one, the one with the gold. His heart sank. It was filled with nothing but ordinary stones. Confused, he ripped open the silver bag. More stones, and the bronze bag. Just stones. At the bottom of the last bag, underneath a pile of worthless rocks, was a small, folded note. His hands shook as he opened it. The note read, "I am the king of this land. For years, I have searched for an honest soul, someone worthy of being my heir. I disguised myself as an old man to test the character of my people. Jake, you passed every test of strength, of patience, and of endurance. You were the one. You were meant to inherit my kingdom. But the final test was not one of strength, but of the heart. I gave you the opportunity, and you chose to run. The weight of those words crushed Jake more than any bag ever could. He fell to his knees, the stones spilling around him. He had lived an entire life of honesty, building a foundation of integrity, brick by brick. But in one moment of weakness, with one single greedy thought, he had allowed it all to crumble. He hadn't lost a few coins. He had lost a kingdom. He had lost the future that his own good character had earned for him. Jake's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Our lives are shaped not just by our big actions, but by the small, quiet thoughts we entertain every day. Honesty, patience, and integrity aren't just virtues we practice when people are watching. They are the guardians of our destiny. That one unchecked thought, that one moment of temptation, can divert us from the incredible future that awaits us. So, how do we protect ourselves from that one moment of weakness? It starts by guarding our minds, by consciously choosing to nurture thoughts of honesty, kindness, and patience, even when it's hard. It's about understanding that true wealth isn't what we can grab in a moment of opportunity, but what we build over a lifetime of character. Jake had the chance to become a king, but he lost it all because he failed to be the king of his own mind. Let this story be a lesson. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. Protect your thoughts, and you protect the amazing destiny that is waiting for you just around the corner. Every day, you are being tested, not by a king in disguise, but by life itself. And the greatest prize isn't a kingdom of gold, but a life lived with peace and integrity. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps us think a little deeper about our lives. Let me know in the comments what you think the biggest lesson from Jake's story is. Until next time, take care and guard your thoughts.